Hi all, Dana from the OT Guide here. So today we're gonna teach your youngster how to fold. But why? So folding is an essential skill. Our kids eventually are gonna have to learn how to fold their clothes or fold towels and blankets. Maybe when they get older, they wanna do some origami or an art class, they have to fold some paper. So it's a really important skill to have, and it's also challenging a lot of good stuff, like bilateral coordination or the ability of both sides of their body to work together. It's challenging their fine motor skills or their ability to manipulate objects efficiently with their hands, as well as their motor planning skills or their ability to complete novel tasks from start to finish. So the materials you'll need for today's activity are a washcloth or a hand towel and a piece of paper, whatever paper you have at home. I'm using construction paper. If you don't have a washcloth or a hand towel, you can also use a paper towel. So let's go ahead and let's get started. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna have one hand towel or one washcloth in front of you and one in front of your child, or paper towel, again, whatever you have at home. We're using small cloth just because it's easier to manipulate than like a blanket or even a piece of paper. So lay it out flat in front of you and have your child lay theirs out flat in front of them. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna instruct them to have one hand on each corner, and we're gonna instruct them to fold it up, making sure the corners are touching, or kissing or hugging, whatever verbal cue works best for your child. And then we're gonna say tap, 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 tap. And we're gonna do this over and over again. So grab one hand on each corner, fold up. Are the corners touching? Tap, 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 tap. And they're doing this right alongside you. Then I want you to intentionally do it incorrectly. And I want your child to go in and fix it. I want them to line up the corners and then go tap, 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 tap. They're going tap, 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 tap because when they go to fold paper, they're gonna have to seal it down. So once they've folded up successfully, we're gonna have them fold to the side. So again, one hand on each corner, folding across. Are my corners touching? Tap, 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 tap. Again, do it unsuccessfully, have your child fix it for you. Once they've got that movement down, we're gonna fold diagonally. So they're gonna take the bottom corner, they're gonna fold it across, and you're gonna say, are the corners touching? Yup. Tap, 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 tap. And they're gonna go in a circle. Then they're gonna grab this corner and they're gonna fold it down. Are the corners touching? Tap, 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 tap. If your child is still struggling to fold the paper towel or fold the washcloth neatly, they're still struggling to align the corners, what you can do is you can use a visual cue. So I like to use Post-it notes, but you can use stickers, you can use tape. If it's an old rag you're using, you can draw smiley faces on each corner. And I'm just gonna put a sticky note on each corner, and they're gonna do the exact same thing. So we're gonna do one hand on each sticky note. We're gonna fold up. Is blue touching? Yes. Tap, 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 tap. Again, getting practice folding up, getting practice folding to the side, and getting practice folding diagonally. Once they have these movements down, we're gonna string two movements together. So we're gonna fold up first. Are the corners touching? Yes. Tap, 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 tap. Then we're gonna fold across. Are the corners touching? Yes. Tap, 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 tap. And they're gonna do this a couple of times to practice stringing these steps together and practice with the sequencing skill. So the next step after your child has mastered folding in all different directions with a washcloth is to have them practice folding with a piece of paper. This is a little bit trickier. The motor movements are slightly different, but because we practice with a washcloth first and your child has it down, hopefully there will be carryover and there will be transfer of skills. To make this easier, what we're gonna do is we are actually gonna pre-fold the paper to put creases in it. So, like we did before, we're gonna first practice folding up. So I'm gonna take the paper first and I'm gonna fold it up for the child, creating that crease. Okay, so my crease has been created. So now we're gonna cue our child to do it. Before we had both of our hands on the corners of the paper. On the corners of the washcloth. This doesn't work as nicely with paper because paper is light. So if we fold it forward, the paper is gonna scooch forward if our hands are back here. So we're actually just gonna cue our child to scooch their hands down. And this time, we're gonna use the exact same verbal cues. They're gonna fold. Are the corners touching? Tap, 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 tap. really squishing it down. And we're gonna do this a couple of times. So again, our hands are not up here. They're scooched down towards the middle a little bit more. We're folding up. Are the corners touching? Good. Tap, 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 tap. Then they're gonna fold across. Same exact deal. Instead of our hands being on the corners, we're gonna move them up a little bit and they're gonna fold across. Again, we wanna put the crease in the paper first to make it easier for our child. So they're gonna grab the sides of the paper, fold across. Are the corners touching? Are the corners hugging? Good. Tap, 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 tap. Once they have these movements down, we're gonna string both of those movements together for the sequencing piece. So they're gonna fold up. Are the corners touching? Good. Tap, 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 tap. Then they're gonna fold across. Are the corners touching? Good. Tap, 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 tap. Awesome. So once they've practiced this, the next step is to have them practice on another piece of paper where you don't provide them with the creases. Folding is a super tricky skill. It requires lots and lots and lots of practice. Have your child fold this piece of paper into a teeny tiny square, or fold it as many times as they possibly can to get a hand strengthening component in there. Because the more you fold the paper, the more resistance it provides. But anyway, have fun, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.